and laugh in the face of his poor starving mum. Little Timmy didn't wash his willy, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. Tried to be cheeky, tried to be silly, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. He'd romp in the gutters and wallow in swill, he'd lick from the troughs and drink from the still. Soap is for sissies, young Timothy cried, while flies did a jig on his backside. Little Timmy didn't wash his willy, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. Tried to be naughty, tried to be frilly, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. Nurse Licebaron warned him, scrub or you'll rot, but Timmy just scoffed and said, I will not. He laughed and he danced with a scone in each fist. By weeks and dear Timmy was terribly missed. He was found in the privy, pale as a ghost, with jam on his fingers and crumbs on his toast. Little Timmy didn't wash his willy, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. He's a grim tale to teach the chilly, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. Little Timmy didn't wash his willy, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. Little Timmy didn't wash his willy, now he's dead of typhoid, now he's dead of typhoid. So children, take heed, keep your hands clean and neat, or you'll join Timmy 6 feet 'neath the street. On Wednesday she calls with a pail full of slime, a bonnet of nettle and eyes lost to time. She knocks on the door with a glove made of skin, and I always invite the old darling right in. Tea with the leech collector, manners are a must. Don't mind the jar of organs or her shoes thick with crust. She hums a tune of drainage as she sets her bag down, and offers you a biscuit from the ruins of the town. She places a leech on my cheek with great care. It draws out the sorrow, she says with a stare. Her tea smells of moss and decaying regret, with just a small splash of the Thames freshly wet. Tea with the leech collector, toast with mildewed jam. She'll read your swollen fortune from a blister on your hand. She speaks in quiet bubbles, her hat begins to crawl, but still I pour her second cup and nod to every call. She once bled a bishop, they say with delight, took out the guilt left in the spite. She kissed a caller ward good night, and they slept forever tucked in tight. The parlour grows damp as her stories unwind, of boils that sing and limbs that grind. She leaves with a bow her pailful once more, and leeches that wink as they slide across the floor. so sweet, with death in her handbag and blood on her seat. Though neighbors all whisper, I never feel ill after tea with the lady who carries the chill. Dollhouse behind the asylum's rear gate, where the curtains are stitched with a whisper of fate. Little wax children sit stiff in their chairs, with thighs made of buttons and cobwebs for hair. Dollhouse for the damned, please come and take your place. We've saved a tiny chamber with a porcelain face. No need to speak or breathe or cry, just rest in silence, don't ask why. Miss Penny is smiling, though cracked at the brow. She once had a mother, she doesn't know how. The teacups are filled with invisible rain, and no one remembers the meaning of pain. Dollhouse for the damned, it's always nighttime here. The clock strikes never, and nothing draws near. The curtains don't open, the stairs go nowhere. But hush now, dear puppet, and comb your black hair. Each room was built for someone who cried once. Each doll was a child, or a thought, or a sin. They curl up like secrets in velvet and ash, and no one leaves once they've been let in. The nurse winds the key with a motherly hum, and dust dances softly where fingers go numb. The dolls tilt their heads as the night settles in, and welcome a newcomer with a pale little grin. Dollhouse for the damned, the floorboards floorboards know your name. Your shadow fits the wallpaper just the same. You'll sleep with your eyes wide forever, content inside these walls where the broken are sent. Dollhouse for the damned, the floorboards know your name. Your shadow fits the wallpaper just the same. You'll sleep with your eyes wide forever, content inside these walls where the broken are sent. Young Charlie crept in with a grin on his face, sticky with greed and devoid of all grace. He found the old jar left out by the sill and plunged in his fingers to gobble his fill. Maggots in the marmalade, writhing in the jam, swirled into the orange swirl like treacle mixed with ham. He didn't see them dancing, he didn't mind the hum, but by dusk poor Charlie's teeth had rotted out his gum. His tongue turned to jelly, his belly to glass. He screamed through the pantry and fell on the grass. The doctor just frowned. This is what you'll endure when you steal from the sun with your fingers impure. Maggots in the marmalade, nestled in the sweet, nibbling on your morals and defecating neat. Sugar breeds the silence where the buzzing never ends, and marmalade remembers when it's tasted by your friends. They warned him not to lick the spoon, but he laughed, and now he's hollow like a wasp's cocoon. So mind where you nibble and mind what you take, for sugar goes sour in the heat of mistake. If nurse leaves a treat where the sunflowers lean, it's bait for the worms and your fingers aren't clean. Maggots in the marmalade, singing in the spread, they lull you to a lullaby and nest inside your head. Let the sweet things rot if they've basked in the light, or you'll be the next child who melts in the night. Maggots in the marmalade, singing in the spread, they lull you to a lullaby and nest inside your head. Let the sweet things rot if they've basked in the light, or you'll be the next child who melts in the night. Miss Bellwether came with her bonnet and books, with hands soft as pastry and stern little looks. She sang as she stirred, she read as we ate, until one cold Thursday she stayed out too late. They searched in the garden, they searched in the shed. No shawl in the pantry, no scarf in her bed. But something was steaming upon the old range, a broth thick with silence and something quite strange. Mother's bone broth, bubbling slow, with rosemary sprigs and something below. A silver spoon rests on a blood-speckled tray, and the governess has simply melted away. The children grew pale, the milk turned to tar, the wallpaper whispered she's not very far. A tooth in the ladle, a curl in the pot, no recipe written, yet nothing forgot. They say she taught manners, she taught little lies, but who teaches broth to hum lullabies? She stirred up the house, she stirred up the gloom, and now stirs no more, save inside that room. Mother's bone broth, seasoned with grace, a button, a knuckle, a shadowy face. We sip to remember, we sip to obey, for no one refuses what the soup wants to say. Now nurse keeps the kettle and hums at the flame. No one speaks Miss Bellwether's name, but each time the broth starts to quietly moan, we bow our heads and pick meat from the bone. Mother's bone broth, clear as a bell, a governess vanished and didn't leave a smell. The children drink deep, the silence goes long, for soup is
I should have washed, but I was quick. The sweets were warm, the air was thick. I laughed, I ran, I touched, I fell. Now I lie beneath the well. I miss my bed, I miss the light, I miss the flies that buzzed in fright. Nurse warned me once, nurse warned me twice, but I thought filth was worth the price.
Timmy, Timmy, shame and soil. Timmy spoiled in fever's boil. Didn't wash, didn't he? Now he's food for worms and reed.
The worms are kind, they hum my song. They nest where guts don't live too long. I dream in rags, in coughs in red, but dreams don't count when you're dead. They said, mind your manners, mind your hands. I did not listen, now I dine in Loman land.